What is the EIN application process for partnerships? Have you ever wondered how partnerships in the United States get their employer identification number? This unique 9-digit number is essential for tax purposes and business operations. Let's break down the application process step by step. First, partnerships must determine their need for an employer identification number. Even if a partnership does not have employees, it still requires this number to file tax returns. The partnership tax return is done using Form 1065, and income or losses are distributed to partners through Schedule K-1. Foreign partnerships without a Social Security number can also apply for an employer identification number. Next, gather the required information before applying. You will need the legal name of the partnership, the principal business address, and the type of entity, which is a partnership in this case. Additionally, you should know the reason for applying, such as starting a new business, and the date the business was started or acquired. You will also need to provide the principal business activity and the name and taxpayer identification number of a principal partner or responsible party. Now let's talk about how to apply. The Internal Revenue Service offers several methods for applying. The fastest and most convenient way is through the online application. If you apply online, the employer identification number is issued immediately. Alternatively, you can apply by fax or mail by submitting Form SS-4. If you choose fax, processing takes about 4 business days. If you mail the form, it may take approximately 4 weeks. For international applicants without a legal residence in the United States, a phone application is available. When completing the application, if you are applying online, go to the Internal Revenue Service Employer Identification Number Application Portal. Select Partnership as the entity type and follow the prompts to enter all required information. Make sure to review everything carefully before submitting. If you are using a paper application, fill out Form SS-4 accurately and send it to the appropriate Internal Revenue Service address or fax number based on your location. Once your application is approved, the partnership will receive its employer identification number. If you applied online, you will get it immediately. If you applied by mail or fax, it will arrive by mail or fax depending on your method. This number is essential for all federal tax filings, opening business bank accounts, and handling payroll documents. For Asian American partnerships, the online application can be particularly appealing due to its speed and simplicity. The Internal Revenue Service website provides clear instructions, which can be helpful, especially if English is a second language. Partnerships with foreign partners or owners without Social Security numbers can still obtain an employer identification number by submitting Form SS-4 with the responsible party's information. It is also important to keep the employer identification number secure and use it consistently. This helps avoid tax filing errors or delays. Additionally, remember that state-level requirements may vary, so it is wise to check with your state's tax agency for any additional registration or identification numbers that may be needed. The application process for obtaining an employer identification number for partnerships is straightforward and free when done through the Internal Revenue Service. By gathering the necessary information, choosing the right application method, and completing the application accurately, partnerships can successfully navigate this essential step in their business journey.